Hello. Hello. For the penultimate time.
Hello.
Holy shit, we're so close to the end.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, before I get started, for anyone interested, we got new channel rewards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be starting to do drawing streams on Saturday, so now people can spend points to get me to draw shit. Within reason.
Of course.
Yeah. And also, I'm not very good, so don't expect anything good, but...
So we just redeem that at any time, or what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just redeem it at any time, and you just do it on Saturday?
Yeah, anytime do it on Saturday. There's a limit of 2 per person per stream, though, so I don't get overwhelmed.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I do have plenty of points.
That's why there's a limit of 2. I'm also, well, I said yesterday on your Discord, didn't I, that I'm working on one for like just picking the next game I play, but that's work in progress. Anyway,
yeah, I need to work on point rewards that actually have a reasonable price.
I don't know how to price this one because on the one hand, it's fucking like it's giving people control over what I stream. On the other hand, it's taking a lot of work off my shoulders.
Yeah.
If other people are telling me what to do. Anyway. Right. Before we begin today, I have a brief announcement.
No, the hedgehog's a bitch-ass motherfucker. He pissed on my fucking wife.
Whoa, I didn't know he was gay. Bisexual? Whoa, I didn't know he was bisexual. Also, I'm bisexual.
Starting off smashing.
Christ, have you, I take it you've watched the Shadow one already?
Oh, yes.
So good. But anyway.
It's pretty good.
As with the closed trial 10 years ago, some astonishing facts have come to light in these proceedings. The revelation that the well-known Reaper is actually an organization illegally executing its own brand of justice. And the discovery that a respected yard inspector was at its heart until he himself perished in an assassination plot. Well, I say to all members of the judiciary here present on this occasion, I won't stand for this. Lol, get it? 'Cause I'm standing. Now's not the time for jokes, Smael. That we will stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth behind these disturbing findings. Councils, you will undertake this trial with the resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo to pursue the truth to the bitter end. Resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, yes. That's my intention and name.
Damn, Mr. Naruhodo, we really are in the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve.
Shut up, Miss Susato.
Jeez.
Oh god, now I'm a bad character as well.
My lord, if I may inquire.
The defendant may speak.
On what grounds is Kazuma Asogi permitted to continue in its role as prosecutor? Oh no, not Hana posting a Dung and Rappa thing in stream memes.
Oh, you kidding me? Oh, okay, I need to... Oh, let's see.
Oh,
On the grounds of shut the fuck up, Reaper. Let's see, where is it? Oh, is this the guy with the giant cutout of... Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why have I seen this before? Not this video
So-
specifically, but...
I don't know.
Okay, on the... On the grounds of shut the fuck up, Lord Van Zeeks, that's what grounds.
He is admitted to colluding with the victim in a plot to assassinate an innocent man. He shouldn't be enjoying the privilege of freedom, let alone be leading the prosecution. I submitted a written petition to Lord Strongheart.
Which was a shitty move because he knows I can't read.
Requesting that judgment of my transgressions be delayed by 1 day. You did what? In today's proceedings, I intend to expose everything.
Kazuma?
My whole life for the last 10 years has all been leading up to this one day.
Ooh. Kazuma.
Whatever the outcome of this trial, I give my word that I will accept whatever punishment is deemed appropriate, however severe. And I suggest you prepare yourself for the same, Reaper.
Kazuma is bristling with hostility today. I get the distinct impression we're heading into very dangerous territory. Rat Sholmes, okay. Oh, okay, that is... I will see what I can do. Absolutely, I will do that.
Is that even really Kazuma-sama standing before us?
As an extreme exception to normal practices, I have granted this prosecutor's request. The defense finds this acceptable, I presume? Will you get to stare at your boyfriend lovingly some more? We all saw how you were looking yesterday, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, my lord. In that case, in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again. Resume the closed hearing of Baruch Van Zeeks. The defense is ready, my lord.
The prosecution is more than ready.
Alright, not to one-up me all the time. Very well then, this preamble has taken long enough. Prosecutor Asogi, begin.
As you wish, my lord. The prosecution calls the first witness to the stand. Bring Saishiro Jigoku into the courtroom.
At last, then. We've reached the final battle. He's putting literally everything on the line now in order to get to the truth. Come on, Ryunosuke. It's time for that steely resolve, because this is going to test it to the limit.
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court.
So it was you who issued this, was it?
Your subpoena? I did what was necessary.
Well, look what the young man has become. I didn't think I'd see the day when you'd take that tone with me, I must say. The witness will ensure his responses are pertinent to the questions asked. Also, I love your voice. Thank you, I love yours. It's like listening to a mirror. What does he mean by this?
I was gonna say something, but I was gonna make a joke, but I don't know if it would be.
Go for it.
I don't know if it would be rude. Okay, it's like being in a Justin Roiland production.
Oh my god.
Okay, but that being said, I actually did watch the season 6 premiere of Rick and Morty, and it was surprisingly really good.
Yeah, I'll get around to it at some point.
Yeah.
My name is Sashiro Jigoku, a Supreme Court judge from the Empire of Japan.
16 years ago, this man came to London as a visiting student. 6 years later, he returned to Japan. As well as presiding over the Supreme Court, he is also currently Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs.
I am, of course, fully aware of Mr. Jigoku and his preeminent roles. I invited him personally to the International Forensics Science Symposium as a representative of his country. I also told him about the Stussy. I hear he also played a key role in the conclusion of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation. The adjuvant. Christ. It was a great honor to be involved in the negotiations. I put my all into that treaty. Judge Jigoku, I must ask. Well, I never. Fancy the young murdering student turning up here of all places.
Wow.
You acquitted me yourself, you twat. And now I'm a practicing defense lawyer. Yes, and full of self-importance like your friend across the courtroom, I see. You came here to London by invitation to the International Forensic Science Symposium. But then, without informing anyone of your plans, you took flight to France. Took flight? I'd have to object to that turn of phrase. What the fuck is a flight? Then explain yourself. What exactly were the circumstances? Well, I was somewhat expecting this, and I'm sorry to say, I decline to comment. What? You can do that?
I mean, it's not part of the testimony, I guess. I don't know the specifics.
Leaving the country prematurely when I was an invited guest may be questionable etiquette. But I fucking hate Britain. It's full of British people.
Damn.
That's a cell phone. My decision is unrelated to this case. I can't be bound to testify. Unrelated, you say? I appreciate that a respected police inspector has been killed, for which I offer my condolences. However, being an alien, I'd obviously never met the man, nor do I know the first thing about him. As such, I'm in no position to testify. It's as simple as that.
So you would run from all this?
You bet your ass I would. I mean, I beg your pardon?
This case is more far-reaching than the murder of Inspector Gregson. It has ties to another murder, a case that was tried in Japan almost a year ago now.
year ago in Japan. The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson, you mean?
That's right. And you, Judge Jigoku, are at the heart of both cases. The defense has evidence to prove it. Well, fuck.
Well, Ryunosuke, I see from the look in your eyes that you're resolved to carry this through to the very end, too.
You could say I'm having the resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo, Kazuma.
It's so true, bestie. Let's see your evidence, then. What proof do you have that Saishiro Jigoku is involved in this case?
I guess the telegram? That'd be good.
There's a... I'm not gonna say anything specific, but...
Yeah.
Take that!
Oh, that feels right.
Well, yeah, the music stopped, so...
Yeah. This is a telegram detailing a communication sent between Britain and Japan approximately 1 year ago. The communication contained 4 names: K. Asogi, A. Shin, T. Gregson, and J. Wilson. Hold it! You little bitch! Where did you get that? Look at all his buttons being attorney badges. In Tokyo, from your office, Judge Jigoku. What? How on earth did you...
What's this all about? Why is my name on that list?
This list of 4 names follows a certain pattern. T. Gregson and J. Wilson are the names of victims. K. Asogi and A. Shin are the names of assassins.
No.
A year ago in Tokyo, Dr. John H. Wilson's life was taken in a Western-style restaurant in the capital. I honestly thought it was going to say his life was taken in a Western style. The culprit was found to be a visiting student who went by the name of Giselle Brett. Oh, crap.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I accidentally tapped the thing with my thumb. The culprit was found to be a visiting student who went by the name of Giselle Brett. But her real name was Asashin, a professional killer sent on a mission to kill from Great Britain. And get this, Kazuma, she was an assassin.
No.
Aisha and her victim, Jay Wilson.
And the murder that just took place here in London was the counterpart to that crime. An assassin sent from Japan, also a visiting student, Kazuma Osogi, whose victim was the British police inspector Tobias Gregson.
Asogi and Z. Gregson. One assassin from each country to kill a target residing in the other.
What exactly is the defense suggesting? These 2 cases of murder, one that took place in Britain and one in Japan, were masterminded by a pair of individuals from each country as a form of assassin exchange. It's going to turn out to be a different Kei Asogi, isn't it? Just fucking Karen Asogi or Kyle Asogi. And the telegram...
Oh, by the way.
Yeah?
I think the follow from AutoDroid finally went through because the number went up to 140.
Hell yeah! Finally!
I don't know what the deal with that was, but it's there.
10 to go. We're so close. We're so close to getting... I can't stress enough how excited I am for this to happen. I'm now posting links to your streams in other Discords where I can to get this to happen.
God.
And the telegram the defense has acquired is proof of this international contract to kill.
What?
Order! Wait, that's not my job. The telegram was found in your office, Judge Jigoku. In other words, the mastermind in Japan was you.
Judge Jigoku, what's this all about?
And you, Kazuma, you lied. During yesterday's proceedings, you acknowledged you'd accepted the assassination mission. But the mark wasn't Judge Jigoku at all. It was T. Gregson, Detective Inspector of Scotland Yard, as shown by the name on the killing contract. Who?
Very impressive, Ryunosuke.
Who sent the telegram in the first place? I wonder, eyeing the judge's seat. If he's actually innocent in all this, I'm going to be so pissed off.
But actually, I didn't lie. The name of the target I was ordered to kill never passed my lips yesterday. The idea that Saishiro Jigoku was the mark came entirely from you.
Ah! You deliberately avoided saying a name? The defense claims these 4 names indicate some sort of international assassin exchange. I'm sure I speak for all present when I say, what the fuck? The very idea seems utterly absurd. So absurd I won't sit for this. Well, Mr. Jigoku, what do you have to say for yourself? His silence only goes to prove his guilt.
There's another very important point that this new development brings to light. There's now a distinct possibility that the scene of Inspector Gregson's actual murder was in the witness's cabin aboard the SS Grouse.
Judge Jigoku, you have to testify now. To refuse to put you in contempt of court. He's so pissed.
Yeah.
Oh. There's no need for quite such a vicious stare, young man. Very well then. As a parting gift to you all, I'll tell you everything I know. Parting gift? It seems this Japanese gentleman has information the court must hear about the alleged assassin exchange and the events on the night of the 31st of October. Present your formal testimony now. As you wish, my lord.
Oh boy.
It's true that Kazuma Usoki was assigned the assassination mission 1 year ago now. Target was Inspector T. Gregson. That was a condition of the British study tour. However, in the end, something happened that meant the young man was unable to carry out his mission. On the evening in question, a member of the crew was on duty outside my cabin at all times. If there had been a shot fired, the crewman would have heard it. So clearly, I can't be involved. Okay, I already know exactly what evidence to present for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for the hydrate. Good.
Yeah.
Well, it's heavy on my side today, but it's been plenty heavy on yours loads of times, so balances out. So you admit it then, as this communication suggests. There really was an assassin exchange arrangement between Britain and Japan. A political endeavor at the highest levels, not something I can discuss here.
To use such a worthy practice as foreign study to coerce somebody to commit murder. It's the most appalling thing I've ever heard.
Appalling? Try having a woman be a defense attorney.
Jeez.
Appalling? Well, it's easy to judge.
Pardon? I mean, I get it, but pardon?
I'm actually, I mean, it's difficult to judge. No one could do my job. It's not easy. No. Fuck. Asogi had a reason for taking his sword to that British inspector, you know. What? Which is why he accepted the mission in the first place. Isn't that right, Council?
Asuma-sama?
Judge Shikoku, if you were the mastermind behind this operation in Japan. Oh, hang on. Cogs are turning. Okay, so, I've been saying since case 3, case 4, that I'm fairly convinced the professor isn't the actual killer, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
For a while.
If that's the case...
Well,
Yeah. If that's the case, Gregson's the one that kind of turned the thing around, found this, like, definitive evidence of who the killer was. So if it was falsified, that's Kazuma's revenge. Judge Shikoku, if you were the mastermind behind this operation in Japan, then tell the court the identity of your counterpart in Britain. I'm not obliged to divulge that information.
As I said yesterday, I've killed nobody. I freely admit that I accepted the mission, but on the night the plan was to be executed, I backed out.
Pussied out.
Proceed out. In short, this assassin exchange that the defense has identified is unrelated to the events of this case.
The crucial point is this. Your police inspector can't have perished aboard that steamship in Dunkirk. Who said it was in Dunkirk? Gotcha. I was on it! Because if he had been shot in the cabin, it's inconceivable that a member of the crew wouldn't have heard it. I've got a thing for this, haven't I? Do I have a thing for this? Yes. This was the evacuation drill was in the wrong place. It was covering the bullet hole. I think that was the evacuation notice.
I think that was like the rule thing. That was like the rules on the ship.
Oh,
the rules
damn,
of passage. Okay. That's right.
Oh wait, no, that will work actually anyway.
Gregson was killed after returning to London in the room on Fresno Street.
That's the right piece of evidence anyway, because there was no one outside the cabin.
Ooh.
Damn. I was right, but for the wrong reasons.
Dang. And the perpetrator of this crime was the Reaper, Beric Van Zeeks. The prosecution's accusation remains unchanged.
To think that a seemingly innocent foreign exchange program was a facade for such Machiavellian dealings. Yeah, that must be very hard for you to think, huh, Strongheart? Yeah, it must be real tough for you, of all people, to consider such a thing, you sexy villain. I mean... Okay, I do need the fan on. Clearly, it's a plot only a government minister and high-ranking judge such as the witness could hope to execute. And definitely not me. Well, I seem to recall that it was someone on the British side who, controlled everything. Be that as it may, it is not the place of this court to pursue this villainous assassin exchange plot, Morty. We're concerned only with the tangible events pertaining to the murder of Inspector Gregson. Is the defense clear on that point, Counsel? Yes, my lord. I'll keep that in mind as I cross-examine the witness. Okay, let's just get to it. I know the evidence. Did it? Bless you.
Thank you. Ugh. It's a good thing I'm not voicing too much right now because my throat's still really dry even after I hydrate. I don't know what's causing it.
Objection.
Maybe you're coming down with something.
Hopefully not.
Yes, as the court has heard, there was a crewman posted outside Judge Jigoku's cabin. However, we can be sure that, contrary to the witness's claim, the guard wasn't there at all times.
What?
I have here a notice of a particular event that was scheduled to take place aboard the steamship on the 31st. What? Where did you get that? It's evidence gathered by Mr. Herlock Sholmes. You were acquainted yesterday, if you remember. Herlock Sholmes again. According to this itinerary, after leaving the port of Dunkirk at exactly 10 p.m. and for a period of 20 minutes, all crewmen of the SS Grouse were to gather on deck for an evacuation drill.
All crewmen were away from their posts.
And during that 20-minute interval, of course, any gunshots emanating from your cabin would have been heard by no one. In summary, Judge Jigoku, you had ample opportunity to commit the crime. Ugh.
Objection.
A 20-minute window of opportunity. That's an excellent find, Renosuke. But it amounts to nothing.
Yeah, shame Why?
Because the witness clearly stated in his testimony that no incident occurred in his cabin.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, he said it didn't happen, so it can't have happened. Yeah, witnesses never lied in the stand, Kazuma. Grow the fuck up.
You really think somebody would do that? Just go into court and tell lies? Unless you have some decisive evidence that can show his testimony to be false.
Kazuma, that's the whole purpose of these games we're in.
It's only a second case prosecuting. Well, technically still the first, actually.
Yeah.
Your accusation is nothing more than conjecture.
Bitch, you don't know anything about prosecution. Very true. Well, counsel? Inspector Gregson was killed in Judge Jigoku's cabin that night. I'm certain of it. Because the defense has the evidence to prove it. You will present the evidence for the defense at once, counsel. Hi, Anna. What are you going to get me to draw? How are you this evening? What proof do you have that the victim's life was taken in Judge Jigoku's cabin on the 31st of October? I'm going to examine this again because I feel like it should say it's from the pocket watch for it to count, right? Because I'm sure this is the thing.
True, but it's also still marked, so I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe... Van Ziek's kissing Gregson. Both faves in one thing. Perfect. Oh my god. Oh no, I am not that talented, but I will do my best.
Jeez.
Holy shit, what a request. Yeah, Arno, the 2 redeems per stream is also valid for this, so technically, if you wanted to be so... If you were so inclined, you could get 4 drawing redeems. Okay, bye. What do you think, Mr. Zato?
Oh, just a second.
Okay.
I feel sure I know exactly what will fit here.
Really? I was just thinking precisely the same thing.
To see it, the little round component is actually part of Inspector Gregson's broken pocket watch.
Oh god, I was thinking that William Shamsbury would fit on the end of this. Really? I was just thinking precisely that too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Perfect fit.
I knew it. All right, perhaps you knew it.
I'll make a note of this new information at once.
There it is.
Take that!
Judge Jigoku, this was found in your cabin yesterday. What is that? The crown of a pocket watch? A pocket watch? And if you'll observe, the victim's pocket watch, which we know he treasured. Just watch as I do this. It's missing precisely that part. But it can't be. Moreover, this crown is a perfect fit on the spindle protruding from the victim's watch. Now, the fact this was retrieved from Judge Jigoku's cabin tells us the victim's watch almost certainly broke there. In other words, the victim was killed on the 31st during the 20-minute evacuation drill. In the cabin occupied by you, Judge Jigoku. Well, you're razor sharp, aren't you, my young murderer?
Objection!
I'm pointing at you, Kazuma.
Expertly maneuvered, Rinosuke. And your argument sounds entirely plausible. At first.
Oh, God.
But rather like this pocket watch, it's full of cracks.
What?
And I believe Judge Jigoku feels the same way.
I was wrong to acquit you earlier in the year. Sorry? If I'd known that it would result in anyone having to listen to this drivel, I would have declared you guilty just to spare the world your ridiculous bombast, you prick.
Jeez.
I think it's clear that Judge Jigoku is a very good judge indeed. The witness will have to give further testimony. When you hear what actually happened in my cabin that night, number 5 will shock you. Mr. Frog, that I can do.
I was gonna say, if nobody else does it, I'll do it.
Hello. Anything specific or just Mr. Frog?
Whatever you want to do with it, honestly, just Mr. Frog.
Okay. When you hear what actually happened in my cabin that night, number 5 will shock you.
Jeez.
You'll notice the pitfall into which you've stumbled. Prior to your renewed testimony, I would like to clarify one point. The fact that this part of the victim's watch was discovered in your cabin means that you acknowledge he was there, I presume. Yes, I do. Very well then. You may proceed to give your formal testimony about what exactly happened in your cabin aboard the ship on the evening of the 31st of October. Just saw a poke put in the stream memes.
Oh, God.
Just in response to what Hana put. Of course, as a man of the law, I have no intention of obstructing justice, other than through lies. Which, as Cosmo will tell you, no one ever does on the witness stand. He's a very accomplished prosecutor. I had a guest waiting for me when I returned to my cabin after finishing my evening meal in the dining room. When I walked through the door, a mustachioed Englishman was there, foolishly waving a gun at me. I soon took care of him with an Ippon Seoi throw though. He couldn't wait to run away after that. I imagine his watch was broken when I threw him over my shoulder. It has nothing to do with his murder. The inspector was clearly killed having returned to Britain because his body was found in London. Ippon Seoi? The common jujutsu martial arts technique in my country. I was careful not to use too much force, but the man obviously landed too heavily for his watch to take.
So, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I imagine you can see the flaw in your logic now, can't you?
No, because for like 5 or 6 streams, I have been pointing to exactly how the body ended up in London. What?
The fact that the pocket watch was broken in the witness's cabin in no way proves that the murders took place there.
Ah! I've no doubt the inspector intended to kill me, but he didn't manage to pull the trigger.
Yes, because he was merely a tactician, not the Reaper's hand of death.
Well, the testimony appears to make perfect sense as far as I can tell. Let me express my deep gratitude for your understanding, my lord. If this testimony holds, Judge Shigoku will be deemed to have had no involvement in the case. Well, counsel, I really see no reason for wasting precious court time here on a cross-examination. Sorry, my lord. The defense has a right to cross-examine, and I don't intend to squander that. You're an embarrassment to your countrymen, not knowing when you're beaten. Jesus Christ, Shigoku, don't join the racists.
I don't think it's racist if he's also Japanese. I think he's just being a dick.
In that case, proceed, Mr. Naruhodo. I know what evidence I'm probably gonna need, but... I mean, that's Gregson, no need to press that. Maybe that. Maybe that. Let's see what Susato has to say in the in-between. So that's his story.
Well, I suppose if you think about it, whenever you drop a teacup in the office and it breaks, we don't say, Mr. Naruhodo must have been murdered there, do we?
We do, though. Is that a veiled threat about what might happen to me if I break another one?
The fact is that Inspector Gregson's body was found in the little room on Fresno Street. If he really was killed in Judge Jigoku's cabin,
The body would have to have been moved somehow, obviously. Transporting a dead body over a country border. That'd be impossible for the majority of people. There must have been some special circumstance that made it possible for the culprit then.
it'd be a vital realization, I think, Mr. Naruhodo.
Just in case.
Oh boy.
Where is it?
Objection!
Nope.
Yikes.
My lord, as counsel for the defense, I must object to that last statement. And as the judge, I must deny your objection. There is no contradiction here. Oh. No contradiction other than the fact that a Far Eastern lawyer is practicing in a British courtroom. Wow!
Sheesh!
Put there by a not so far away Lord Chief Justice, if you remember. Wow, okay, I'm rewinding time to get rid of that racism.
Sheesh.
That was a lot!
Wow. Wow. Maybe press it, I don't know.
Yeah. But there's no evidence that proves the victim ever returned to London alive. Just take a moment to think that idea of yours through now, stripling. Stripling? Stripling?
Let me look it up.
Okay.
Stripling.
Okay, thank you. What? If the inspector was killed on the steamship in France, how on earth could he have got back to Britain? When people die, their bodies remain at the same spot. It's a devil of a thing. Well, then obviously the culprit must have moved the body. How exactly? Carrying a corpse off a ship in your arms would raise a few eyebrows at least, don't you think? Well, yes, that's true, but all passenger luggage is inspected when it is unloaded from arriving vessels. And I would like to think the border police would query the corpse of an English gentleman as hand luggage.
The murder had taken place aboard the ship. You would imagine the body would have been disposed of at sea. There would be no sense in risking being caught by attempting to transport the body back to Britain.
Let's kill that idea then.
But perhaps not.
Miss Susato?
We've heard the first-class passengers were under constant scrutiny by the crewmen posted to guard then. Which would mean that the culprit had no opportunity to dispose of the body in the sea.
Yes, that's true. So transporting the body back to Britain may have been the only viable alternative. Dear me, you really are new to this, aren't you? This is actually my 10th case, sir. 9th case, sir. Now, I thought I'd been perfectly clear, but it seems I'm going to have to explain it in words you can understand. 8th case, sir. I just remembered that. Yeah, there wasn't a trial in the second case of the first game. Yes, 8. 8. This is Rinosuke's 8th trial.
Yep.
7th in Britain, though, I think. Yeah. I think I ought to No, wait! 7th! Because this is a two-parter!
Yeah.
Shit, okay, this is my 7th case, sir. I'm not new at this. Holy shit. Unless there are extras in, like, the side story things I haven't looked at yet. Jesus Christ, I'm going too far into this. I think I ought to alter my testimony, with your consent, of course, my lord.
Even still, I don't think the escapades are canon. I think.
Oh, okay. I have no objections to such a handsomely voiced man. State your amended testimony now. There's no possible way I could have transported the victim's corpse back to Britain. There we go. Now I've got you.
Oh, really?
Oh? Is this a flashback?
Objection.
There it is! There's no possible way you could have moved Inspector Gregson's body, you say? I would say the opposite is true. And what's that supposed to mean? Far from being impossible for you to do, the transporting of Inspector Gregson's body back to Britain is something only you could do.
What are you talking about, Ryunosuke?
As well as being a judge, Mr. Jigoku is also Japan's Minister of Foreign Affairs. Which means he's exempt from having his luggage searched when he enters the country. When did they establish this? I don't remember that.
I believe that... I believe they did at the beginning of the 4th case.
Okay.
It was like a throwaway line or something. Like, Mikotoba was, like, lamenting how long it, like, took for him to, like, get out of there,
yeah.
and, like, Jigoku was like, ha, bitch, not for me.
We learned that when we first met you upon your arrival in London.
Oh, here we are.
Well, all those passport checks and luggage searches at the border took a lot of time. I must say, I'm very envious of your ministerial status. You didn't have to go through any of that, did you? Ha! Bitch! Oh, I knew you were jealous. Bitch! I presume you recall this, Judge Shigoku? It's a photograph we took in the foyer of the hotel to mark the occasion. As the court will note, you have with you your large travel trunk. Large enough, in fact, to have a corpse inside.
But Mr. Naruhodo, surely you're not suggesting...
How gross is it that he then hid in it later? Thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I am, yes. 3 days ago, when we were chatting innocently with the new arrivals from Japan in the hotel, the body of Inspector Gregson was just meters away from us, inside Judge Shigoku's trunk.
If it didn't smell like death, it definitely smelled like fish.
Yeah, I'm surprised none of us noticed. Urgh. Order! Order! Order in court! I'm skeptical. Huh? Yeah?
Well, I mean, for it smells like death, I mean, he did, like... I mean, well... The theory at the moment is that the body was refrigerated since there was no signs of, like, rigor mortis or whatever it's called. Or no signs of the body, like, decomposing or whatever.
Oh, right. I thought there was signs of rigor mortis because it was, like, in that kind of position.
Okay. Yeah, there's signs of that, but, like, the body, like, hadn't decomposed. It was only, like, the fish or whatever, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah. I'm skeptical, counsel, that a grown man's body could fit inside even the largest travel trunk. It could. Because I happen to know the witness himself, a man of considerable size, fits inside his trunk. And verifying that would be extremely simple, wouldn't it, Judge Shigoku?
But inside his trunk, how horrifying!
And after we'd spoken with you at the Great Waterloo Hotel, you had the opportunity to visit the apparent scene on Fresno Street, taking your trunk with you in a cab to deposit the inspector's body. I don't have to listen to this nonsense. Dr. Gori, the coroner who examined the body, has confirmed the possibility. She's acknowledged there are signs that steps may have been taken to disguise the true time of death. The onset of the body's decomposition could have been delayed by storing it in a refrigerator. Counsel, as I remember explaining yesterday, refrigerators of the requisite size are few and far between. Yes, I'm sure they are, but one place they're certainly found is on large ocean liners. Such ships are equipped with electrically refrigerated cold rooms to keep food fresh on their long sea voyages. And the SS Grouse is no exception. Professor Mikotoba told me about it only yesterday. Well, Judge Shigoku? However much you prolong this debate, you can't eliminate the truth. All the evidence points to you being the killer. Well, this is all very heartening. I can see that it was a wise move letting Asogi and you embark on this study tour.
What are you talking about now?
I knew he was in your closet the entire time. Logical reasoning, of course. All court proceedings will be built on logical reasoning in the new century. And I can see that you've both laid firm foundations for that already.
Shigoku, please, stop diverting attention from the issue at hand. The defense has made an accusation against you. How do you respond?
Respond? There's really no need for me to respond, is there? I've done a murder to lay the foundations for the original Ace Attorney trilogy.
Why ever not?
Because before you can even begin to answer the question of when the victim was killed, you must first establish one key fact. Where was the victim killed? It's quite logical, actual scene of the crime.
Prosecution's stance is unaltered. The killing took place on Fresno Street when the gunshot was heard. As the accused, Barrack Van Zeek, shot at the victim at point-blank range.
We know it was a firework! Since no tangible evidence exists to disprove the prosecution's claim at this time, the defense's deductions amount to little more than an elaborate fairy tale. I'm afraid that's how the logical reasoning the British are known for really works, young stripling. The victim was shot in that little room on Fresno Street and died instantly. I'm afraid it's the prosecution's claim that's the only fairy tale here.
How can you say that?
Quite simply, because the claim directly contradicts a certain piece of evidence in our possession. Ugh. Very tantalizing, counsel. I think you'd better explain yourself to the court, don't you? The prosecution claims that Inspector Gregson died instantly when he was shot at the scene on Fresno Street. But this evidence clearly contradicts that claim. Fuck. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Because I said this before, didn't I? That he's kind of shaped like he'd fit in the trunk.
Take that!
Whew!
Yeesh.
That was so stressful. A photograph of the victim at the very location you claim he wasn't killed. Yes, but the point is the posture of the body itself. If Inspector Gregson had been shot there in that room, it's out of the question his body would have been curled up in a ball like that. Jackson! I'm sorry to disappoint you, but your logic is flawed. He could easily have adopted that fetal position due to the pain of the shot, which subsequently proved fatal.
Protection!
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Judge Jigoku, but it's your logic that is flawed. What? According to this autopsy report, the victim died instantly. He would have felt no pain, much less have been able to draw himself into that position. Which begs the question of why the victim's body is curled up in that way. Though the answer should be abundantly clear by now. You're suggesting... The inspector's body took on that posture ahead of its arrival on Fresno Street, before it was coldly turned out on the floor, from the inside of a large travel trunk.
No! You're quite right. The shape of the body looks exactly as if it had been kept in a confined space.
Judge Shigoku, present your trunk for examination. I believe it's very possible that it will contain traces of the victim's blood. Present my trunk! I refuse!
What?
On what grounds? I'm the Minister of Foreign Affairs from the Empire of Japan. I shouldn't have to put up with this treatment just because of some stripling's baseless accusations.
In other words, Judge Shigoku, There's blood in your trunk.
I decline to answer that. As the Minister of Foreign Affairs, I have privileges that allow me to... At this moment, you're not a government minister. You're a witness in a trial in Britain's highest court. I don't care who you are or what your status outside this courtroom might be. You will not withhold information. Nothing is more important than the truth. I'm so proud of our boy. Order! Order in court! Well, Mr. Jigoku, what's it to be?
You can't be serious. Who? You did it?
Have you no shame at all, Kazumura Sogi?
What?
Very well, I admit it. I did bring the inspector's body into the country. Inside my trunk, exactly as postulated by the defense. Dear God, outrageous! So it was you. You admit to Inspector Gregson's No, I admit to nothing more than what I've said. Of killing the man, I certainly have no recollection. What on earth is that cryptic statement supposed to mean? I merely disposed of the inspector's body, which was left in my cabin, in order to avoid unwanted attention. As the judicial assistant over there pointed out, I had no chance to throw it into the ocean. So, I decided my only option was to bring it into Britain with me and dispose of it somewhere else. You can't still deny it! If you didn't do it, then who on earth did kill the man? As you know, there was one other person in my cabin that night. He had the opportunity. And moreover, he had already accepted a mission to take the inspector's life. Oh.
Oh!
That's right, bitches! Who else could it have been? It was you, Kazumura Sogi.
You. I never thought you'd stoop to this, Saisoro Jigoku.
You've taken the words straight out of my mouth, Prosecutor Kazumura Sogi. You thought by leaving the body in my cabin you could pin the crime on me, did you? Well, the prosecution counsel has already admitted to visiting the witness's cabin on the night in question. Yes, on an assassination mission, no less.
You wouldn't.
So, what do you make of that, young stripling? You've heard my testimony now, and that's all I have to say on the matter. I'll admit to nothing more.
I don't believe this.
Counsel for the defense. What is your position now? The court awaits your response to the witness's assertion. Let's wait and see. The assertion on the night in question, the victim's assailant was in fact Mr. Kazumura Sogi. This isn't the dead end it seems to be. The answer's right in front of me. It comes down to Jigoku or Kazuma. Both of them had the opportunity to kill Gregson, but only one of them did it. And I'm just a step away from proving who. Very well. The defense is ready to respond to the assertion put forward by Judge Jigoku. The idea that the victim's murder could have been committed by Prosecutor Asogi is... I mean, possible, right?
I don't know.
No? I mean, I know it wasn't him. I know in myself it wasn't him, but... What have I got that proves... otherwise. So much evidence.
Yep.
I don't know what piece of evidence covers it. Judge Jigoku, let me remind you of something you said only a few minutes ago. You claimed that logical reasoning is the future of the judicial process. It is, no question. Well, logical reasoning can prove something here. Namely, that it would have been impossible for Prosecutor Asogi to commit the crime. What? The court will only accept an argument that is supported by compelling evidence. Fuck. So present what you have, counsel. What proof is there that allegedly demonstrates the impossibility of Prosecutor Asogi's involvement?
Well, time to start rereading some stuff, I guess.
Yeah. My armband. Okay, I know it's not going to be that. That's done with.
I would assume it's like more the newer stuff, since that's more related to like what we
Yeah.
know about this and in turn like all that. Wow, Perry, good statement there. This and all that. Great.
Clint's autopsy report. No. Dixon's trunk? Nothing's jumping out at me. I may need a push here, because none of this is kind of...
I don't really know how to push without giving it away, but I'll try my best.
Mm.
Because the explanation is a little bit reliant on us remembering another like statement from before, and it's been a few days.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mr. Vigil, no.
Okay,
Gonna have to take a gamble.
yeah, I'm just thinking that Kazuma seemed very surprised when he heard about the evacuation drill, that there was a point where the things were...
Take that!
Oh god, the music didn't stop. Oh no, oh no, oh no, I don't want to look.
There's no badge in the corner. I think
Oh,
we
God.
might be fine.
Holy shit.
I think the music only stops for like cross-examination stuff.
Not always. Sometimes it stops for stuff like this, I think. Occasionally.
Fair enough. Yeah, sometimes. That's like the one point where it's like 100%, I guess.
This itinerary for crew members of the SS Grouse, my lord. This is conclusive proof. Itinerary? How does that prove anything? Judge Jigoku, the moment you acknowledged you found the victim's body in your cabin, this itinerary suddenly became much more significant. What? Why? On the night in question, as always, a crewman's sentry was on guard outside your cabin door. As long as he was there, nobody could have fired a shot inside the cabin.
Absolutely, because it's inconceivable if the guard wouldn't have heard it and come to investigate.
So that tells us that the crimes must have taken place when the guard was elsewhere. And that narrows it down to the 20 minutes just after 10 o'clock, as indicated on the itinerary. Yes, I see no flaw in your reasoning so far. But the crucial point is this. When the evacuation drill took place, the steamship had already put to sea from the port of Dunkirk. Now, clearly the murder could only have been committed by somebody who was aboard the vessel at the time. But Prosecutor Osogi stated in yesterday's proceedings... a flashback for Parry.
I didn't come to break Britain. Nice. I didn't come to Great Britain to take anyone's life.
Kazuma, are you drunk in the courtroom again?
No. I had a little bit of Van Zeeks. So I left Gregson and disembarked the ship.
I'm sorry, you what? You had a little bit of Van Zeeks?
I had a little bit at Van Zeeks. The office.
Oh, right.
I spent that night at a boarding house in the town and returned to England the following morning. Great Britain, the greatest country in the world.
Which I'm sure the court will agree is conclusive proof. The Kazuma Osogi couldn't possibly have carried out the killing. Hold it! No, absolutely not. I don't accept that at all. What do you mean? The boy's just saying that to exonerate himself. We can't trust that he really disembarked the vessel. Obviously, after we left my cabin, he hid himself somewhere nearby on the ship. Just waiting for his chance to come back and finish the... No, that's out of the question. Isn't it, Kazuma?
As defense rightly recalls, I disembarked the vessel and spent the night in a boarding house in Dunkirk. And as I said yesterday, I signed my name in the accommodations register book. All extremely easy to verify and undeniable proof.
No, There's no escape this time. You can forget that you're a judge or a government minister. It's time you gave the court an honest answer as a common man. You killed Inspector Tobias Gregson and transported his corpse back to Britain. Then you dumped the body in the room on Fresno Street and made it look as if the murder had... Oh, pardon me. What happened there? That's what really happened, isn't it, Seishiro Jigoku? He's gonna break this bench again, isn't he? Oh my god, he actually is! It was that damn trial 10 years ago, that's when this all began. Looking back now, my fate was decided that day. I was doomed already. Ah! Oh, he actually did, shit. It's over! My life is over!
Sheesh.
A British assassin to eliminate a professor in Japan. A Japanese assassin to eliminate a detective in Britain. Both assassins will use diplomatic immunity to evade conviction and return safely to their homelands. The assassin exchange request arrived from Britain about 1 year ago. Though it was hardly a request, it was a demand. And for that, you decided to recruit Mr. Asogi. But things didn't go according to plan. Your chosen assassin never made it to Britain. And you found yourself unable to dispatch your replacement. Perry, are you sure we're not finishing tonight?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Because this feels like we're at the end, sort of. Oh wait, no, there's still the whole... Okay, no, there's still a whole thing to go, isn't there, probably? Because I was already on my way to Britain at that time in Kazuma's place. And that left me with only one option for carrying out my obligation. To eliminate the mark myself, personally. Of course, there was but a single opportunity for me to do that. The International Forensic Science Symposium, I presume. That's right. I decided it would be safest to carry out the plan before my arrival in Britain. So I enlisted the help of my British counterpart. I made arrangements for a pretext that would take the inspector to Dunkirk. To lure the man in, he was given a sham mission by the Reaper. What? The Reaper? Yeah, okay, they're still unmasking the Reaper as Strongheart.
Oh, shit. But there's only one person who could have done that. Mastermind the entire operation. The Reaper himself.
So, that means the assassin exchange was... It was all planned by the Reaper.
I'm not at liberty to say anything about my British counterpart. Anyway, the inspector accepted the Reaper's mission and dutifully infiltrated my cabin on the steamship. But it was all a trap designed to lead him to France and his own death.
Oh, how awful.
It was past 9 o'clock when I returned to my cabin from the dining hall that evening. I didn't give him time to attack me. I choked him until he lost consciousness. There was a guard just outside the door, so I left it at that for the time being. Even the slightest noise might have aroused suspicion, so I bided my time, waiting. For the 20 minutes after 10 o'clock. I had intended to finish him by strangulation, but moments before I had the chance. He suddenly came round and went for me in a reckless move. Bang! I'd received the British-issued gun 16 years earlier, being a member of the judiciary as a visiting student. Oh. I never imagined I'd have to use it for something like that. So the revolver belongs to you, does it? Thank you.
Yeesh.
Oh. Welcome to Britain, here's a gun. That is not what happens here at all.
Not anymore.
Nah. Not since 1907. When the victim was killed inside your cabin on the SS Grouse. Which begs the question of why you arranged for his body to be discovered in the room on Fresno Street. The young judicial assistant over there has already answered that question. There was no way I could take the body up on deck to throw it over the side. That's precisely where all the crewmen were gathered for the evacuation drill. So before the first-class cabin sentries returned, I took the corpse to the refrigeration room. And then on arriving in Dover, you concealed the body in your trunk in order to smuggle it past the border police. Yeah, that practice was outsourced to America after all. True. I knew I needed to... Welcome to Britain, give us your gun. Wait, mate, give us your gun. I knew I needed to take steps that the police were to be convinced when the body was found in London.
In that case, you must have known. You must have had intimate details of Inspector Gregson's intended schedule.
Yes, my British counterpart sent me everything I needed to know. The inspector was due at Fresno Street at 5 o'clock that afternoon, in order to meet the man by the name of Hugh Boone, from whom he would take back his police identification. I decided that man would be the perfect person to set up as the culprit. So I took a hackney carriage over there with the body still in my trunk. That must have been just after we took this photograph with you at the hotel then. Yes, I wasn't expecting a welcoming committee. I was more than a little nervous. As you can tell by the fact that you're sweating in this photo, Naruhodo. On Fresno Street, I spotted a young girl selling little firecrackers. Miss Venus, of course. I conceived of the candle trick there and then. So I donned a simple disguise and approached the girl to buy enough firecrackers to replicate a gunshot.
Oh, what sort of disguise?
For some reason, the inspector had a bright red hairpiece in his own traveling case. So I put that on, although I suspect I drew more attention to myself in that than I would have otherwise.
The hairpiece we found at the scene. The inspector had it ready for the Red Hat League investigation.
I only arrived at the room at around 5:15. So I quickly placed the body on the floor, moved the notice board, and set up my little candle trick. I arranged it so the firecrackers would go off with a bang around 15 minutes later, so that Mr. Boone, who was due to arrive at 5, would walk straight into a trap. Except at the last moment I made a careless blunder. What was that?
I imagine it was the bag of fish and chips.
I didn't notice it hadn't fallen out of his overcoat pocket when I moved the body to the refrigeration room. I put it back in his pocket the following morning, but... well, it seems the warmth of the heated cabin had accelerated the decay of the fish. Anyway, that's... such with the red hairpiece that doesn't match his beard at all. Yeah, it's a perfect disguise! That's everything. All the sordid details of what I did. That would have been a good one for me to draw. I mean, I guess technically the reward is still open. I've heard enough. We've arrived at the truth about the murder of one of the country's most capable and respected police inspectors. The witness will be tried in the coming days. For a crime of such a vile nature, you can expect the most severe penalty.
An exchange of assassins? What a foolhardy idea.
Mr. Chigoku, one last detail. Who is your counterpart in Britain? Who was the mastermind behind the assassin exchange? Why does legendary VA Chris Pratt never come to my streams? Nothing you say now can make matters any worse for you. Just tell us. Yeah. Oh, that's enough. Sorry. I thought it was just going. Yeah. Enough. Yeah. I've already told you that I cannot say.
Even though as things stand, you may very well never set foot in your homeland again.
What are you waiting for? Can we get this over with now? It's finished. All of it. I'm finished. Then, in the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I now pronounce the findings of this court.
I finished. I'm Strongheart.
God damn it. I finished. I'm Strongheart. This man before us is admitted to the willful murder of Tobias Gregson. Wait, we're supposed to be trying Van Zeeks. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know why he did that, honestly.
He didn't even need to set this up.
I just find it very unintentionally funny that like either like from the judge's seat they've always been able to just command the fire, or like the funnier option, Strongheart just rigged it specifically this way before this trial.
Just him, like, with a little hard hat on, just kind of doing wires under the desk.
Yeah.
If this connects here. Saishiro Jigoku, it's the opinion of this court that you should be found guilty.
Guilty.
And may I remind all those present of the strict confidentiality demanded by this closed court. Unicorn staff doubles as a magic wand. Well, that's the end of the game now. Good job.
Everybody leave.
Everybody out. Moments ago, Mr. Jigoku signed a written confession, admitting to the murder of Inspector Gregson and the subsequent conveyance of the body. In short, the defendant's innocence has therefore been established beyond doubt.
Oh, wonderful! Well done, Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, thank you.
Is something wrong?
I'm just a little troubled by his silence. The true identity of the Reaper of the Bailey and this extraordinary assassin exchange. We do remain in the dark about these mysteries, except for me, but ignored me saying that. However, insofar as the indictment brought against the defendant in this trial, we have reached a conclusion.
I'm just thinking it would be really funny if he just kept making these jokes and then it turns out that he didn't have involvement with it.
I would be so shocked if he doesn't. Genuinely.
I have every intention of pursuing both mysteries. As a prosecutor.
As you wish. Now for the formal adjudication. Oh shit, the horn left a mark in the... Oh, the other judge is gonna kill me. I hereby declare the defendant, Baruch Van Zeeks. Oh.
Prosecution calls for adjudication to be deferred.
Counsel?
The accused's innocence hasn't been fully established at all. And therefore it would be wrong to deliver a verdict at this time. That is the prosecution's unwavering position.
What?
But Judge Shigoku has already confessed!
Nevertheless, Baruch Van Zeeks has committed crimes for which he must be punished.
Kazuma is literally the worst prosecutor ever. He's got a written confession and he still thinks this guy did it. Well, it would appear you have information the court needs to hear, Prosecutor Osogi.
Certainly, the murder of Inspector Gregson was actually carried out by Saishiro Jigoku. But it's clear from the witness's testimony that he was coerced into complying with the plot. Into this sick, merciless assassin exchange.
That may be true, but...
So what I want to know is who coerced Jigoku? Who was pulling the strings? The victim went to France having been ordered on a mission for the Reaper, only to be murdered. In other words, the mastermind behind the assassin exchange is someone in a position to give such an order. As we've already established, the Reaper himself.
Well, certainly that would appear to follow.
The prosecution hereby formally accuses the man in the dock, Barrack Van Zeeks, of being the Reaper of the Bailey, and furthermore,
Of killing my daddy.
I'm going to prove his guilt beyond all reasonable doubt.
Bet you're not. What? Order! 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 The Reaper of the Bailey is a long-standing mystery council. Are you suggesting you have some new information with which to build a case?
Scotland Yard has already investigated Lord Van Zeeks very thoroughly in that regard. They found no evidence whatsoever to substantiate the claim that he's the Reaper.
Perhaps, but circumstances have now changed.
What do you mean?
It's already been established that the assassin exchange was negotiated with Jigoku by the Reaper himself. Which means we now have a new line of questioning by which to identify definitively the man's identity. That is the prosecution's intention here. I must say I'm surprised by how tenaciously you appear to want to besmirch my name. You are guilty of an unforgivable crime, Van Zeeks. And I will bring you to justice for it, whatever it takes.
That explains Kazuma's silence before. He'll stop at nothing to finish what Lord Van Zeeks unwittingly started 10 years ago. Very well. Whilst it's extremely irregular... Dot. Fucking knuckles. Dot. I will on this occasion grant the prosecution further opportunity for witness testimony. The defendant will disclose any and all involvement he has had with the Reaper and the assassin exchange.
I thank you, my lord, for guiding the court so wisely.
I hereby declare this court to be in session for a supplementary hearing. I miss my birds. Oh my god.
Pray turn a blind eye to the discourtesy as I verify this vile and unremitting accusation. Hasn't soured the contents of my hallowed chalice.
Lord Van Zeeks!
I first had to suffer the pseudonym of the Reaper 10 years ago now. And ever since that time, I've endured the weight of implied guilt that's gone with it. So I welcome the chance to testify now and crush those allegations once and for all. Good.
Do it then.
And let justice decide, Lord Van Zeeks. The prosecution seeks to begin building its case by calling the accused to stand as the primary witness. in order that he may answer the accusation brought by the prosecution that he is the Reaper of the Bailey.
And what says the defense?
Putting the defendant in the witness stand can be extremely dangerous. And Kazuma-sama is so emotional at the moment, he's not thinking logically.
We end in the greatest ace attorney case in history. We're getting, oh, thank you, we got another hydrate.
Thank you. We're probably not going to finish it tonight, but, you know, this week, hopefully.
Probably, hopefully, Friday. But we are in the end game now. I mean, I guess my stream title is no longer accurate. It was the beginning of the end. Now I guess it's now I guess it's just the beginning of the end.
Sure.
Or the end of the beginning of the end. You're right that he's not himself. But I knew it would be like this. I came here today determined to face him through whatever might arise. As a lawyer and as his friend.
And that's what we must do.
Oh, I've been saying Strongheart for several cases now. The defense has no objection, my lord. It very much worries me that he's in control, because he can just pardon himself. Very well, defendant. You will take the witness stand and give formal testimony on the subject of your involvement with the Reaper and the Assassin Exchange.
As you wish, my lord. I've never taken the life of another, nor have I instructed another to kill. I've been investigating the truth behind the Reaper for years, and I was aware of Gregson's involvement. That's the reason why I went to Fresno Street that day, and how I came to discover the body. The point is, no common thread exists between myself, Gregson, and Dr. Wilson.
Oh, no.
Clearly, you don't own an air fryer. Clearly, therefore, there's no reason to suspect me of being behind the Assassin Exchange.
God damn it. Iris would be an amazing villain. Iris would be an amazing plot twist villain.
It would be stupid but funny.
So you deny all accusations by the prosecution? Both that you are the Reaper of the Bailey and that you masterminded the Assassin Exchange?
I acknowledge that the public at large believe me to be the Reaper.
Hang on, let me just have a look through. Clint Van Zeeks, Coroner John H. Wilson, credit to Inspector Gregson. That's a lot of connective tissue there.
Yeah.
However, that's a fallacy, which I alone am in a position to forswear. Naturally, the prosecution believes the testimony given by the accused to be untrue. Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
Yes, Kazuma Osogi?
Let me ask you, why are you here? What really brings you to this courtroom?
Oh, fun with my friends. We're doing silly voices, there's a lot of fun. A desire to uncover the truth.
Even if the truth proves your client to be guilty?
It won't, but yes. From all my experiences in this courtroom, I've come to realize something. The truth can't be hidden. Sooner or later, it will come out. And 9 out of 10 times, my client is innocent. I guess, broadly speaking, 7 out of 6 out of 7 times, my client is innocent. 5 out of 7, we don't know how this one's going yet. So it's always my intention to work with my client in pursuit of the truth.
I want you to remember what you just said.
Enough dilatory chat. Counsel for the defense, proceed to cross-examine the witness. Yes, my lord. I know exactly what you're thinking, Kazuma. I know you're just waiting to point it out, for fuck's sake.
God.
The truth can't be hidden, Kazuma. Just like the time I pooped my pants in class, it will always reveal itself. You
Wait.
you knew that story, right?
Yeah. I knew.
Oh, I appreciate.
Oh, good heavens! Good heavens! It's a good thing this is a closed court.
Oh, I appreciate that a couple of times I've just fed you lines and you've responded exactly how I wanted. Oh, love it. The contradiction you're convinced lies somewhere within this man's testimony. Okay, skip. Nope. Nope. I mean, yes, it fucking does. It's so...
It's almost too obvious.
What is this? An autopsy report? Wait, this is 10 years old, from the autopsy of Lord Clint Van Zeeks.
What? My brother's autopsy report? I'm pleased to see the defense doesn't intend to run from the undeniable truth.
Order in court. What reason do you have for presenting a 10-year-old autopsy report here, counsel? The autopsy report of the... What? Did I accidentally skip a line? No. The autopsy report of the professor's final victim is an indelible link between Inspector Gregson, Dr. Wilson, and the defendant.
That accursed name again. Professor. I've personally researched all of the court records relating to that case. I know that at the time, autopsy was considered sacrilege to the victim's souls. And for a member of the aristocracy like Lord Clint Van Zeeks, it was unthinkable. Someone implored the powers that be to allow the autopsy to go ahead. Inspector Gregson. He declared that he was certain he would obtain conclusive proof from the procedure.
And it was Dr. Wilson who conducted the autopsy.
Wrong.
His signature is clearly visible on the document.
No, it was actually the Bye-Bye Man.
As promised by Gregson, the autopsy did indeed produce evidence. Evidence that conclusively proved Genshin Asogi was guilty of the murders. In my brother's dying moments, he mustered all his remaining strength to leave that vital clue behind.
Indeed, that was the key to indicting the professor for his crimes and the conclusive evidence that convicted him. It enabled Lord Van Zeeks here to avenge his brother's senseless death with a marvelous victory in court.
Marvelous victory, was it?
Yes.
I wonder if that's really true. What? Could the same be said if it turned out that the key piece of evidence in question was in fact fabricated? If the inspector, the coroner, and the prosecutor all colluded together,
Oh, fabricated evidence. They really are like setting the path for their future, for their offspring.
to cast an innocent Japanese man as a mass murderer and send him to death. That's outrageous! And now, 10 years later, for some reason the secret has been threatened and needs protecting. Which is why the inspector and the coroner had to be silenced, isn't it? By someone in power in Japan and in Britain, using the two killers recruited for the assassin exchange.
Order! Order at once!
10 years ago, my father was convicted in this very courtroom as a mass murderer, to be sentenced to death. It was all a sham, and I swore to myself that I'd prove it. Which is why I had to come to Britain. Whatever the cost! You'll have to forgive me if I feel compelled to toast this vengeful Nipponese's tenacity of purpose here. However... he who fails to quash his emotions in the courtroom has failed as a lawyer.
Come on, Kazuma, you know this won't wash! Also, Lord Vanity exacts rich coming from you considering how openly racist you've been to me over the last year.
Now is not the time for the pot to be calling the kettle black, but... whatever.
You're claiming your father was misrepresented in a trial that took place a whole decade ago. Get over it. You must see that without evidence, that's nothing more than a wild accusation.
As it happens, I have evidence.
Ooh. What?
Allow me to update that autopsy report from 10 years ago.
As the court has heard, I crossed the channel to France with Gregson on the 31st. I went with him on the pretext of being the assassin recruited to kill Saishiro Jigoku. But my true intentions were to make the inspector tell me the truth. What truth? The truth about the evidence, and he acknowledged what I'd already deduced. There's a closely guarded secret about what went on in that autopsy 10 years ago. What? A secret? I know nothing of any secret. While we waited for my supposed mark in Jigoku's cabin, I drew my clan's illustrious sword, Karuma, before the inspector's eyes. He very quickly understood what my true motive was.
Right, I see. You're that Sogi's young lad, are you? And what, you're gonna cut me down with that thing, is that it?
It will very much depend on the answers you give to my questions. I want to know what really happened 10 years ago. The truth. That's all.
Before we get into it, let me make one thing clear. I would also like to point out there's no bullet hole in the wall back here. That is a very nice attention to detail.
Yeah.
And no, like, clothes sprayed out on the floor. I still believe your father was the professor. There's no doubt in my mind. But, unfortunately back then, we didn't have the evidence we needed to make the crime stick.
So, you admit it then? The evidence used in my father's trial was fabricated?
It was for the good of the country. Anyway, I was just following orders.
Orders? What exactly did you do? Speak!
I'm not saying another word.
Even if your life depends on it.
Especially. That's right. Even then. So that's when the tip of the sword broke.
Oh, wait, I wasn't in the flashback. Hold on. Oh, Kazuma-sama.
The results of Clint Van Zeek's autopsy were fabricated. And the investigating officer Gregson and the lead coroner Wilson must have known about it. And they can only have been ordered to pervert the course of justice in that way by one man. The man leading the case for the prosecution. Barrick Van Zeeks.
In other words, the defendant did have cause to organize this exchange of assassins.
Exactly. And as was established earlier, it has to have been the Reaper himself who liaised with Jigoku in Japan in order to arrange the exchange. So it follows that the Reaper's true identity can only be that of the man who stands accused in this courtroom today, Barrick Van Zeeks.
Objection!
Kazuma Asogi. What? What you just told the court. Are you absolutely certain of your facts? Did Gregson really fabricate evidence for that trial 10 years ago? I heard it with my own ears. His shameful admission. In that case, I know the name of the Reaper. What?
Lord Van Zeeks?
I gave no such orders. I know that for certain. Which narrows down the remaining possibilities to one.
If Lord Van Zeeks isn't the one behind all this, then yes, there is only one other person who could have done something like that. I believe I know who it is too.
You?
No, not me.
Oh, whew. I love the idea that he genuinely believed it was him for a second.
I just had a feeling this name was going to come up. The true identity of the infamous Reaper of the Bailey is...
Take that!
What a
Get
fucking surprise! I am so shocked that the music stopped there. The only person who could have arranged the assassin exchange and manipulated the autopsy results is the Lord Chief Justice himself, Lord Mael Strongheart.
What? Lord Strongheart? I would
God
have never
damn it!
guessed.
God damn it! I got to play the killer twice in the same case.
Yeah, and now you see. Now you see what I was talking about before. I don't mind, but still, I just found it kind of funny.
Yeah. Yes, it's true that 10 years ago the defendant handled the prosecution of the professor in court, but he only took the case after his brother, Lord Clint Van Zeeks, had been killed. I keep my eyes closed. I can pretend I don't see it.
I do not perceive this courtroom.
I'm imagining myself in a beautiful dreamscape. I'm holding hands with Sonic the Hedgehog. It's
Sonic
beautiful.
doesn't exist.
Okay, fine. The fucking police badger or whatever from the future.
Okay, fine.
Who looks a bit like Sonic. That's what I perceive. I refuse to perceive this shit. I can only assume that this is the most inappropriate joke in British judicial history. No, my lord, that is you.
Jeez.
Full fucking circle, we're back to the original.
Nice.
Back to the joke we made in the first fucking trial about Ouchie.
God.
Hell yeah!
Oh, man.
Well, Lord Antiques.
10 years ago, I was very new to my profession. But I had a burning desire to avenge my brother's death, so I pleaded for control of the case. The investigation to that point, the supplication of the lords to allow my brother's corpse to be examined. All the evidence I was given, the autopsy reports, it all came from you. I've spent my life since then believing I was in your debt for the way you stood aside and let me handle the trial. But I see now. I was very much mistaken.
It was a hugely influential force that caused the inspector and the coroner to break the law 10 years ago. And that same force was still felt a decade later on the other side of the world by Saishiro Jikoku. Lord Strongheart, everything falls into place when we recognize that you are the Reaper of the Bailey.
The court awaits your response, my lord. This may very well go down in British judicial history, but I assure you, it is no joke. Consider this a formal accusal by the defense.
It doesn't warrant a response. A formal accusal? Don't be absurd. The defense's claims are utter nonsense, a wild fantasy at best. You're not going to defend yourself? You claim there was some wrongdoing with Lord Clint Van Zieg's autopsy. That's utterly untrue.
Objection.
But I heard it from Gregson's own lips. He admitted to it.
And where is your evidence?
What?
Gregson's dead now. Unless you were thinking of summoning a ghost to the stand?
You mean to say? May I give that concept 100 years, Strongheart?
I forget how the system works in your little backwater country. But in the courts of the British Empire, without evidence, there is no case. Oh! I have no intention of entertaining some wild fantasy that can't possibly be sustained by anyone or anything. Ugh! Just realised they fixed the barrier really quickly. Clearly it happens very regularly if they're prepared. Yeah, I was going to say, I completely forgot. They did. They fixed the stand very quickly.
Yeah.
Order! Order in court! Following Inspector Gregson's murder, and in the light of Dr. Wilson's death as well, there's really no one left who could testify about the events of 10 years ago. Is there?
So that was the real purpose of the assassin exchange.
This court has no business raking over the coals of a case that was concluded a decade ago. The accusal brought by the prosecution and the defense is categorically denied. I take it there are no objections. I know exactly what needs to happen. Kazuma, he's more or less waited his whole life for this moment. Is there really nothing else we can do now? Wait and see. Is there no other avenue we can go down in pursuit of the truth about what happened all those years ago? If only there was someone who could testify about Clint Van Zeek's autopsy. He's gone to extraordinary lengths to cover his tracks. Even so far as dispatching an assassin all the way to Japan to ensure Dr. Wilson's silence. And Dr. Scythe won't say anything against Strongheart. But there's still one ray of hope. Makoto Naegi?
Objection.
Actually, there is one person. One person who could still testify about that autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous. That's oh shit, that's you.
Don't be ridiculous, there's no one left.
Who, Ryunosuke? Who? Tell me!
Kazuma,
Please! This trial can't end! Not yet!
I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for us. I'm doing it for the truth. The person the defense would like to call to the stand to testify about the autopsy of Lord Clint Van Zeeks is...
Take that!
Heaven help us, another Japanese, god damn it.
So you see, the ratio was you give me all the racist characters, but I give you the most racist one.
I didn't give you all the racist characters, you picked them.
Okay, I take most of them, but you get the most.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. Him and Ben Zeeks are still in hot competition.
Well, I imagined... I'd love if after all this, like, once it's proved the professor's, like, innocent, they're just like, so you're gonna stop being racist to Japanese people, Lord Van Zeeks? No. No, I'm too set in my ways now. No, I'm committed.
Shit.
Heaven help us, another Japanese. An expert in forensic medicine, my lord. Professor Yushin Mikotoba. 16 years ago, he came to London with Saishiro Jigoku and Genshin Asogi as a visiting student. And what could his testimony possibly tell us?
Professor Mikotoba was the primary assistant during the autopsy in question. He was also the person who actually penned the report.
Incorrect. The autopsy was carried out by the coroner, Dr. Wilson. The report carries his signature. I will never believe that the man who came and said goodbye to me 2 days ago is the actual Dr. Wilson.
It was the primary assistant's duty to keep a written record of the coroner's work during the procedure. In actual fact, the coroner merely read over the report at the end and signed it.
In other words, Professor Mikotoba witnessed the entire autopsy from start to finish. The defense demands that Professor Mikotoba be summoned as a witness as a matter of urgency. Whatever really happened in that autopsy laboratory 10 years ago is something only he can tell us. The defense's demand is denied. What?
Professor Mikotoba is in London at this very moment. We could summon him to stand in minutes.
He is busy saying goodbye to the entirety of London. No, of course he's not going to agree to it. Strongheart has no intention of summoning anyone who knows. He's too concerned about protecting himself. Prosecutor Asogi, let me refresh your memory, as you seem to have forgotten the prosecution's stance. Only minutes ago, you accused the defendant of being the Reaper and of masterminding the assassin exchange.
I did, yes.
So, present your evidence for these claims and make your case complete.
At this time, I don't have the requisite evidence. That's exactly why we need witness testimony.
The Professor case is closed. There are no clues in the distant past that will bolster your argument today. I'm afraid to say, Prosecutor Asogi, that you would appear to be possessed by the spirit of your late homicidal father. Oh, low blow, you absolute cunt. Now, as I stated earlier, this court has already reached a conclusion with respect to the matter at hand. Inspector Gregson was murdered by Japanese Supreme Court Judge Saishiro Jigoku. As for any hidden circumstances that may exist, they will be investigated in due course by the proper authorities.
Objection.
But we all know what will happen. I'll just give the mastermind of the whole venture time to cover his tracks again. By which you mean me? Your punishment for this contemptible behavior will be decided at a later date. As for you, Prosecutor Asogi, you will be remanded following these proceedings. Willingly, I trust, since you gave your word. This futile game of revenge is over, young Master Asogi. Oh, you might completely cut that off. Just got like the beginning.
I'm not doing it again.
That's fine.
I put my whole voice accuracy in that, goddammit.
Oh.
This is how it repays me.
Hey! Hang on. That will be all. I hereby declare this trial to be over. Court is... Mr. Sholmes. This is no place for amateur detection, Mr. Sholmes. May I remind you that these proceedings are closed to the general public. You will leave the courtroom at once. Mr. Sholmes was instrumental in the apprehension of Saishiro Jigoku before he fled from Europe. The court should hear what he has to say. Oh, okay. Everything okay?
Help!
What happened?
I think I accidentally yanked my fucking headphone out with my leg, and that caused everything on voice mod to get disconnected.
Oh.
So I'm back on my regular mic for half a second. Okay, there we go. Should be
fine.
back.
I'm sure there won't be any flashbacks in. I assume this is like the closing parts of this.
Yeah.
Of this part. Okay.
Lord Mail Strongheart, it's imperative that you refrain from bringing this trial to an end at this stage.
Is it really? And why would that be?
You need only recall your own words from the opening of the trial to answer that question. If I may, we will stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth behind these disturbing findings. Surely it can't be that the shock of being accused of being the Reaper yourself has erased that from your memory, can it?
The whole truth, sir, has already been uncovered.
It would seem that we have a great many important members of the judiciary present here today. I put it to you, my dear fellows. Should the trial end at this juncture? After all, why have you been invited to attend? To nod along to the prevarications of your superiors?
Order! Order in court!
It seems to me that we stand before a door that leads to a new era of legal practices. A door that is ajar.
A door cannot be ajar, Sholmes. Those are two separate objects.
Let us emerge from the shadows of the Reaper's decade-long ascendancy.
You can't store honey in a door, Sholmes, you fucking idiot.
But you and you alone, my dear fellows, have the power to push this door open now.
The auditors in the gallery have no rights to express an opinion on court proceedings. Silence! He's right, the judge has absolute authority here.
Yes, if he calls the trial to an end, it must end.
Oh, that really do.
I sense dark things occurring behind the scenes.
Introducing my newest invention, the door!
Is there a single person here present who can honestly say he doesn't sense the same? Ah!
Jesus.
What? Trial should go on, summon the witness!
That's right. We need to clear this up before a young Japanese fellow's remanded in custody.
I'm here too! My lord, you're sure those present that you would uncover the old truth here?
Vindicate yourself of this outlandish accusation.
Truth? The old truth and nothing but the truth. That's the very foundation of British law!
A lot of these jury members don't sound very British. But regardless, a toast to my dependable colleagues in the gallery.
On with the trial! On with the trial! Oh, cool.
Yeah. Well, my lord? You hear the voice of British justice, I take it? I think you'll find it will be rather awkward to silence.
Oh, fuck. The court will recess briefly. I have no intention of shrinking from these allegations. Ignore the fact I was trying to 5 minutes ago.
Ignore the fact that I have lost 2 inches of my previous height.
That too. Bailiff, arrange for the subpoena of the witness at once. As soon as the gentleman arrives at the courthouse, we shall reconvene. I mean, if Sholmes is here, he's here, right?
A recess won't be necessary, my lord.
Pardon?
Mikotoba is a close friend of mine. He accompanied me today and is waiting in the antechamber as we speak. I do believe that he's been enjoying a little trip down memory lane, in fact. What? So Mikotoba is here in the courthouse?
Mr. Sholmes, you didn't know this would happen, did you?
My dear fellow, no one is in a better position to answer that question than you, surely.
I wasn't just asking for the fun of it, you know. Well, I must thank you for your assistance in this matter, Mr. Sholmes. However, you are of no further use here. Kindly leave the courtroom at once.
But of course. In truth, I find myself rather busy now as a result of these developments. Mr. Naruhodo!
Yes?
I trust you have Iris's little lucky charm with you.
Absolutely. It's still in my pocket.
She sends her regards. And the reminder.
You find yourself at a dead end. Here's at your disposal. Just one tug, if you please.
Oh, of course. In that case, the trial will continue without delay. Bailiff, show the witness to the stand. So it's Lord Strongheart. He's the Reaper of the Bailey. Where exactly is this trial going to take me, I wonder? Just how deep am I about to be plunged into the blackness of the abyss? Well, I'm ready. I'm ready to head into the heart of this maelstrom and confront whatever horrors it tries to drown me under.
I get it.
Maelstrom?
Yes.
Yeah. Maelstrom heart.
Yep. If I'm remembering correctly, the original Japanese name for him was Heart Vortex or something like that.
That's an interesting name.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's the part. According to my VOD, according to my VOD, this last part took me about 3 hours and 20 minutes.
For the I'm
For the
assuming
rest
this is up.
for the rest of it, yeah, for this part of the trial and the ending as well. So if you want to go a little longer, we can, but also
I think
we can stop here.
Let's see.
I mean, they gave us a to be continued. If you want to go a little longer next time, we can.
I think fuck it. Let's go big on Friday.
All right, yeah.
Let's end this shit with a bang.
And hopefully next time I go big, my voice won't get cut off. Thanks, Discord.
Yeah, that's such a shame.
It's okay. I did about the same thing on my own VOD, so it's there.
I'll if I ever get around to editing these things, I want to put them on YouTube. I'll just splice the clips together.
Fair enough.
Yeah, let's find someone to raid. Any requests from the audience?
Not really from me. Don't really have anybody, I think, on my end, so...
At some point,
that's
today is not that day because she's currently playing Stray and I still want to play that unspoiled for myself. I do want to raid Sky Bennett at some point, that'd be fun. Okay, let's raid Nutburb, I think.
Yo, Nut.
She is currently playing Cult of the Lamb, which has... Yeah, I found out the other day from watching people... Yeah... I don't think we can raid Ollie. Yeah, I found out the other day that it has Discord integration, so you can like join as a cult member. You can like help or hinder the player. Looks like a lot of fun.
Interesting.
Anyway, that is it from us today. I'm back tomorrow with, let me check my schedule, Animal Crossing. It's been a while.
Yeah. And I will be on my own stream tomorrow night with Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story.
Hell yeah.
If I may.
Yep.
Oh wait, that's for the video essay. Shit! That's not my YouTube channel. I mean, that's not my Twitch channel. There we go.
It's one of those. I don't know which one it is.
Thank you.
One of them works.
It's shout out on my channel, so SO just makes it. So for you, it's SO. So I get them mixed up.
I don't remember if it's SO or shout out. Did you decide if you're gonna do if you're gonna stream tonight or you?
No.
Okay.
Only in VC.
Shit,
yeah,
we're about out of time. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.
Sheesh.